What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Best Mobile Gaming video. Today, we are going to be talking about the best way to farm in the game, and that is going to be the Star Force field. So, really, there's a lot to talk about here, but it boils down to essentially that you're going to be getting into a party in the Star Force field and then farming a ridiculous amount, probably using a lot of potions and a lot of auto combat. So really that's where you're going to be using it up, not in the mini dungeons as you probably would earlier on in the game, but Star Force field is going to be superior in experience by a very significant margin, and also superior in my opinion. You guys can see in Misos, good lord, that is a lot. So all around pretty awesome stuff. Let's just start it out. So first and foremost, you're going to be obviously using up a lot of auto attacks. So in the beginning of the game, you're going to get a ton of these 10-minute restores. You know, I've set mine actually up for about 4 hours, and it's been, 240 minutes there. So it's been running for about 2 hours now. I've gone through 760 potions. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot. But I've also gone up over 2 levels at this point. Okay, since I left. So really crazy gains as far as experience are concerned. And then if you look at my Misos, I was sitting at, I believe, a little bit under like 600,000 when I started. So I've gained like 1 million or so at this point. So really crazy gains as far as the Misos are concerned as well. And you're going to be gaining a lot too if you take advantage of this. Now, to get to the Star Force field, you do need to have Star Force levels on all of your equipments, and I'm currently at the level the 35 Star Force field, which is going to be the Desert of Red Sand. So really, that's basically what's going to be determining how much you're going to be getting out of this farm. But it's really good to use your auto combat time, your 2 hours daily here, and then use up whatever else you get here as well at the same time, because it's a really amazing opportunity to get an absolute just crap load of XP and level up a bunch. And you're also going to get a decent amount of equipment, and that's something else I wanted to sort of cover today, is that you're going to get a decent amount of equipment that you can either extract here. So I'm going to go over here, we're going to extract these because these are all just normals. I've checked them over, there are no max attacks or anything like that, so we're going to go ahead and extract them. You get occult cubes, which are going to be able to re-roll potential, which is important for endgame, and gold leaves, which, as you guys know, you need a lot of to do anything. So getting 30 of those, getting 10 occult cubes, not a bad idea. You want to set your auto settings to just be normal. Rares occasionally are going to be worth a ridiculous amount of Misos on the trading markets. So, you're going to go ahead and go over there. You're going to make sure that okay, so we actually did sell something. That's 75k right there. I pulled an epic Utgard wand there and threw it up on the market for 75k. That's a little bit less than everybody else was selling for, but I was able to just burn it out super fast. And as time goes on, people are going to get to level 95 plus and be able to go in and do the epic dungeons that are going to give, epic rewards. So in this case, lots of epic armor and epic weapons, and they're going to go down and down and down in price as time goes on. So you want to get rid of those right now as soon as possible, right? So, for instance, we've got Penciler Mage Boots. I think I got as a normal drop. 145k. We'll put it at 120k because someone will probably buy it for that because it'll look like a deal. So, it'll go on registration, stand by for a little while, and then it'll go up, and actually, people will be able to buy it. So, really solid options here for getting a lot of just general progression in the game. Lots of experience, as you guys can see. Again, being in a party, that's going to buff that significantly. And then you're going to get a lot of Misos as well. Occasionally, you want to get on and sort of just run through everything, because occasionally you'll have this kind of situation where you're just going to be getting like 1 million stacks of Misos that are just sort of stacked up in a certain part of the map you're not hitting with auto attack. So it's not a bad idea to go and run through it occasionally, just manually, to make sure you're getting everything you can out of this. But otherwise, it's kind of just hands-off. You just sort of jump into it. You can use up all of your experience buffs, because obviously you're going to want to use those up at some point, 15 minutes at a time. So you get on every 15 minutes or half an hour even, and go ahead and use those up. The only real issue here is that you are going to be using up a huge amount of potions, and those are going to cost you a ton. But really, it's paying a lot of Misos for experience, which is a good trade in my opinion. So going over to the shop right now, you're going to buy the version 4 potions. Man, that is a lot. That is a lot. You're spending a lot, man. That is so much. Okay, so for about 2 hours, actually, I still think I went positive overall by a pretty significant margin. But we can go ahead and stock back up the 700, probably about 70 now that I'm out, you know? So we're going to go ahead and buy those. 578,000 misos. That's a lot. But, you know, that said, keep in mind that it is going to be something that you just need to spend over time to get the really ridiculous experience that you're going to be getting from the Star Force field. And it's just kind of the cost of doing business, I guess. You know, you can go to mini dungeons. It's going to be a lot easier to kill all the monsters in it. You can set up 2 hours of auto battle and just shut the game off and be done with it. And, you know, come back a few hours later, it'll be all done. You'll get a whole bunch of equipment, quite a bit of experience, quite a bit of misos, and you probably won't be using too many pots, if any at all. You know, I ended up gaining a ton of pots actually going into the mini dungeons, so it's really up to you whether or not you do want to go ahead and spend all the misos right now to actually go and get the experience on your characters right now. We actually did go ahead and grab another level up there, so we're going to go ahead and max out La Mancha Spear there. We are only a few levels off from getting to our next job, which is amazing. Dark and Pale looks really, really cool. Flurry of attack at multiple enemies. Gungar's Descent. Call down a giant mythical spear to damage enemies. That sounds pretty dope. Magic Crash. Remove attack and defense buffs from your enemies. Debuffed enemies are temporarily unable to reapply the same buff. Really good stuff there. Going over to Sacrifice. Absorb the Beholder, negating the cooldown of Gungar's Descent. That's probably really good. Final Pact. When HP hits 0, the Contract of Darkness resurrects you. That is pretty dope, my friends. I'm just saying. That is pretty fantastic. And then you're going to go ahead and get a whole bunch of new weapon mastery and beholder stuff there. Restoring 5%. Wow. Restoring 5% of Master's HP upon hit. Dang. Beholder just gets better and better over time, you know? More utility and everything. Already obviously offering damage, a stun, and a heal and everything as time goes on, you know, right now with the current jobs that I have. But, like, even farther, you know, now going to be offering even more healing based on the damage that I take, which really means that I'm not going to be using any pots if I'm there every 10 minutes or whatever it is to remake my my beholder, which is insane. So really cool stuff there, guys. So that's really what I wanted to cover today, is just that farming is going to be much better end game once you do get to the Star Force field. You got all your items, you know, enhanced quite a bit and a lot of stars on them, and then you're going to be able to run into these and get just a ridiculous amount of resources, guys. It is just crazy how many resources you get out of this. Look at all these misos. Look at all those misos, guys. They're just sitting there waiting for me. Sitting there waiting for me. Ridiculous. Absolutely just bonkers. So much experience, so many misos, and just a really great opportunity all around to farm with a whole bunch of other people and not get left behind as far as content is concerned, because you want to be as high leveled as possible, right? Getting to level 100 for the job rank is not the last thing you want to do. Getting that extra stat buff, extra HP and mana and everything like that every level, very important. So you know, not just the job rank is going to be like the important part of doing this whenever you can, but going into it, you know, you're gonna have to be ready to do just the things that you should be doing anyways, and to just sort of optimize everything. You know, you want to optimize your farming, make it the best that it can be, so you get the most out of it for the time that you're spending doing it. Especially, you know, since you only get 2 hours a day of auto farming to do, then you want to make the best of it. And I do think that Star Force Field is the best option right now, pretty much by far. And especially, you know, if you're there, like specifically with Dark Knight, obviously with other classes it's going to be different. You know, you might not even need to use pots or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. We'll talk a little bit more about that down the line, you know, once I do level up my other characters pretty significantly. But at the time, I don't know for sure. But, you know, for the time being, if I can actually just be there to click every 10 minutes the Beholder button to, you know, remake my beholder, then basically I am solid for literally the entire time using no pots or using very few, like literally, you know, probably about 10 to 20 at most, you know, in a weird situation where enemies stack up and for some reason the auto battle bugs out and I just take some damage. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. But yeah, that's gonna be about it for this one, guys. Just wanted to talk about auto farming and optimal, you know, choices as far as it is concerned, because there are a lot of people that are making mistakes as far as, you know, not doing the optimal thing, not getting the most out of their free auto farming and just generally progressing in the game. So you want to make sure everybody's doing that as good as possible, I guess. So I hope you guys got something out of it. Hope to see you back here for the next video very shortly. If you have any ideas for future Maplestory M videos you'd like to see, let me know down in the comment section below. I'm going to do a Zac guide. I'm going to do a few dungeon guides and things like that. But otherwise, I don't have a ton of ideas for future content to do until they add more things to do in the game, since there's not a ton to do right now. But yeah, so just let me know if you have any ideas. If you want to see some more of the Maplestory M content, please let me know as well. I'm absolutely loving the game, man. It is a really, really solid, fun game, and I'm just enjoying it a lot. Even, you know, apart from the pay-to-win aspect, I don't think that it's necessarily pay-to-win. I think it's pay to progress first, you know? Someone that spends all the money right now to get their legendary max stat weapon obviously will be the first one to get the max stat weapon, but I will still get it down the line. It'll probably be months from now, but I'll still get it. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Otherwise, have a fantastic day. As always, thank you for supporting Best Mobile Gaming. Until the next one, guys. Peace.